Can you hear me? Can you let me know? Is anyone there, of course? Yes, I'm waiting for my daughter yet again. Outside the place that she works. It is very, very quiet. Very quiet. The whole town is today. Understandably. Weird. Summer holidays, kids are off school, and yet there's none of them to be seen. We're out of ours, got in the car, couldn't hear a single one. Normally you hear them laughing and shouting and arguing and being kids. Riding the bikes, none of that. Got to the top of the street and I saw one fella with his kids and he was hanging on to them really tightly. But apart from that, nobody's out and about. Whole town seems to be in a little bit of a state of shock. It's so weird. And I know it was going to be quiet coming here because it's a nursery and not everyone drops the kids off during the summer. Ali, how you doing? You okay? Yeah, it is absolute tragedy. It's horrible. I knew it was going to be quiet, but it's not just quiet, it's stupidly quiet, eerily quiet. Shame as well, it's such a lovely day. Sunny, warm, but with a nice cool breeze coming in off the sea. I think it'd be perfect for the kids to be out playing, but parents seem to be a little bit guarded today, I think. And it's horrible yesterday. I mean, it's less than a mile away from where I live to where it happened. You know, I'm just about out of earshot of screams. That's how close I am. And the first thing that people were doing was going onto social media. What colour was his skin? Where's he come from? As if that's important. Kids have died, you know what I mean? No thought for the kids, no thought for the families and the tragedy they're going through. I can't even begin to imagine what they're going through. But straight away jumping on the bandwagon, making up names for him, making up stories of where he come from. Give it a fucking rest and let the families grieve. Issues, more than issues. It's just this thing, isn't it? Well, he might be Rwandan, he might be Somalian, he might be this, that and the other. Does it really matter? Evil is evil, no matter what colour the skin, no matter where you're from, no matter how you got here. We're looking at that and at least give the families a little bit of respect. Just let them grieve, let them try to start to understand what's happened. And I don't know if they'll ever get to grips with it, but give them a bit of time, man, before you start jumping on social. You had fucking Anthony Fowler, the boxer from Liverpool, going around about the Somali fella and this Rwandan fella, rather. Fucking send him back. Well, he's from Cardiff. He's not from Rwanda. His family might be from Rwanda, but this lad's born in Cardiff. If it is a terror issue, then it's our terror issue, and that's the kind of things that we need to be sorting out. The Manchester bombings were exactly the same. If we're getting people that are being groomed, as it were, over here, radicalised, it's because it's our problem, our fault. We used to have a load more police on the street and loads more community officers working in the communities, dealing with people who are being radicalised. A lot of with the Muslims, a lot of fellow Muslims were telling the police, you need to keep an eye out on these 3 or 4 lads because they are being radicalised and it could only end in disaster. And it has done, but we haven't got the people to deal with that anymore. But it's down to us to sort out, work with the communities, find out why it's happening, and see if we can put something in place to stop it. And it's as if, as well, if this lad turned out to be white, does that make it any better? Is that what we're looking for now, is it? British murders for British murderers. Is that it? Is that the placard you want to be holding up? It's fucking stupid, man. It's horrible. That's some American on Twitter earlier on. 2 ex-Everton players, both of whom live in Southport, had gone to lay flowers at the scene, just to show the families that as a club and as a community, we're all sticking together. Some American fella started having a go with it, so I shouldn't have said anything, but I did. Well, I said basically Eric from the USA, fuck off. Nick from Southport, UK. And now he started going into it. Did this fella have Welsh history and heritage? Was his blood, was his DNA Welsh? What the fucking hell is he going on about? Welsh DNA. Was he Anglo-Saxon? Well, there you go. Anglo-Saxons, the Angles and the Saxons were both Germanic tribes. Unless you can trace your family back to the Iceni or something like that, then you're not really British, are you? The rest of us can get fucked off as well. Or what does he mean? Does he mean anyone who's not white should be kicked out? Is that what it really is? The same with America. Eric from the US is not actually American, is he, if that's the case? Because unless he's native, and he didn't look native. Not that, appearances can be deceptive, but I haven't seen any blonde Native Americans with blue eyes. Where do we stop? Do we kick everyone out of every country just based on the colour of the skin? It's stupid, man. Evil's evil. We should know right from wrong, shouldn't we? We should, Ali, we don't. That's the problem. Yeah, it's just... Children know when they're doing wrong. This is partly where the problem does come from. If you are brought up in a environment where you're not taught right from wrong, that's a completely different issue. And again, that's something that we need to address if things like that are happening. But, and again, I think my family brought me up right. Not only to believe in treating people well, in knowing right from wrong, it's also understanding that other people are not necessarily the enemy. I didn't need a Bible or a book to tell me right from wrong. I had family to do that. And that feels different for me as well at times, because we moved to the Netherlands back in 1982 when I was 9. Now, okay, it's only across the North Sea, and I've got the same colour skin as the majority of people in Netherlands at the time. It wasn't a huge deal, but I was still an immigrant, and we were treated so well by the people there. People that became really good friends, people that stayed really good friends, who we've stayed in contact with almost 40 years later. And that probably coloured my perception of what it's like to be living in someone else's country and how you should treat those people. So when I see people coming over here from other nations, make them feel at home, make them feel welcome. Don't necessarily think they're up to no good. But if they are, and let's face it, there are some sections of our society where that is happening, then it needs to be dealt with. But it can't be dealt with by taking police off the street or turning a blind eye to things. Speak to the communities involved, try and sort it out that way. Getting gangs of football fans turning up, trying to cause murder is not going to fix anything. Yeah, you can't judge everyone by one evil shit. And the same goes, one thing that was said earlier on was, which I thought was quite right, we don't know the facts yet. Was it an evil misogynist male who was doing it on religious grounds? Was it an evil misogynist male who was doing it on the grounds of sexuality or sex? Or an evil misogynistic male who was doing it because of mental issues? Whichever way you look at it, it's a male. It's a male with some kind of problem. That's the only thing. The only thing we can guarantee. It's fucking stupid, man. I hate it. How can you do that to kids? Kids, man. Kids don't hurt anyone. Taking their lives before it's even started. You're supposed to look after kids, not even your own kids. Kids in general. As a community, as a society, we're supposed to take care of them. We're supposed to show them the right way. We're supposed to, if you see a kid fall over in the street, you don't just walk past, you go over it. Are you okay? Make sure, where's your mum or dad? Are they with you? You're okay? Do you need me to phone them or find out where they are or something? Just look after them. I don't know how you can do that to a kid. I really don't. And they were at a Taylor Swift thing, weren't they? And she just put a message on Instagram or something. I don't know what it was. I never saw it, but it was mentioned on Twitter. Something about she can't get over how horrible this thing is, and her thoughts are with the families, which I thought was just a nice thing to say, because her name is being linked with what's happened here. So just that little thing, reaching out to people, the families, and saying it's horrific, and you are in my thoughts. It was just quite a nice thing to do, and your people are jumping on it. What about Palestinian kids? What about Rwandan kids? What about this? What about that? Fuck's sake, the girls just tried to do something a little bit nice. Behave. It's funny, we're seeing the best of society. I am Andy, okay? We're seeing the best of society here at the moment, and we're also seeing the worst. Everton and Liverpool football clubs put out a sort of a joint tweet statement saying that they stand together, thoughts are with the families and all that. Southport Football Club have opened up their doors today, so if anyone wants to go in, there will be professionals in there that can help deal with grief counselling and things like that. All the football clubs around Marine and Bersk, and I think someone else have come out and said the same thing. You know, our thoughts are with them. Anything we can do, we will do. The community's rallied round together, and yet the other side of it, there's a lot of the ones who've got no time for anybody, who are just going out and being as nasty as possible. One of the lads who tried to stop it all is what looks like a mixed race lad from Southport, who's an ex-rugby player for Salford and Wigan. And he risked his own life trying to save these kids. The colour of his skin's not going to get mentioned and how much of a hero he was, but it will do with the lad who ended up doing it. If the lad does end up being of a particular tint of melanonin, you know what I mean? Melatonin. I can't remember. Melanin, isn't it? Ned's wrecked here. Yeah. Hey Connor, how you doing, bud? It is hatred. I hate all that. Which I know is a stupid thing to say. I hate hatred, but I do. There's no need for it. Why not, as a larger community, just come out and say, is there anything we can do to make things better? Is there anything we can do in the immediate moment to help the families? Is there anything we can do to... I mean, one of the security companies in Southport has said, if anyone's got anyone's got summer clubs that are ongoing, holiday clubs, and they feel that they need some security, get in contact with us. If we've got anyone spare, we'll send them to be on the door for you. Things like that. Actual genuine help, rather than where's he come from? How did he get here? What's his family lineage? That's bollocks, man. These poor kids around Southport need something to do during the summer, and they're probably shit scared now. The families are worried. But if the security company can put someone on a door and make people feel a bit more comfortable, that's genuine help. Screaming about somewhere where someone comes from isn't. Stupid, man. Don't need to have political point scoring. Help people. If we do have an issue with radicalisation, sort that out. Sort it out at source. Find out where it's coming from. Anjem Chowdhury has been jailed today. A hate preacher. That's what you do. If there's someone is preaching hate and radicalising people, take him out. Take the rotten tooth out of the fucking head, man. Don't chop the entire head off. Just kind of level up. It's there. Yeah. So the town feels very weird today. Very, very weird. I just hope we can get over it as a town fairly quickly. It's a nice place to be. It's a safe place for kids to live and to grow up in general. I've lived here for 33 years. We've had murders here, genuinely, over the years. First 10 years we were here, there was 4 high-profile murders. I knew all 4 victims and all 4 murderers because we lived in a pub. We used to come in and out all the time, so you tend to know these people. Nothing like this has happened, though. Hopefully this is a once in, not just a lifetime. once in a history, a town's history kind of thing that's happened. But if there's a problem there, sort it out right at the source. What we don't need is people like fucking, well, Tommy Robinson can't turn up because he's on the run, isn't he? But we don't need people like that turning up, being knobheads. Just look after people. Be nice to people. If you've got neighbours who are a different colour to you or they come from a different place to you, get to know them. Make them feel welcome. They'll make you feel welcome 9 times out of 10. We have more that connects us than divides us, and we always will do. Yeah, but I've been sat there at my desk today trying to do work and I can't. It's fucking bizarre, man. Can't concentrate on it at all. Window open. I think a lot of it is down to the fact that there's no kids out there. Yeah, it is sad that you need security at summer clubs or in general at nurseries and childcare providers. But we do. And it's nice that there's people willing to go out there and do it. Plenty of companies around Southport have reached out and said, if you need this, need that, let us know. The Western Approaches in Liverpool, which is where the World War II Atlantic battles were all organised from. You can go there and visit and go down into the cellars and have a look at what's going on. They've reached out and said, if anyone from Southport wants to come down here, let us know. We'll pick you up and bring you down free of charge, because loads of kids from Southport tend to go there with the school. Taxi companies have said, if your kid or any of your relatives are in Older Hayes Children's Hospital at the moment, let us know. We'll take you down there free of charge. You know what I mean? People are rallying round. I'd rather that side of Southport be shown, and that side of Britain be shown, rather than the grifters who are trying their best to make money and are sowing division. Because there's going to be plenty of them hanging off this. I'm waiting for them to start turning up and driving around the town looking for people. Because it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. Fuckers. Yeah. We're going to find out more as the days go on, what's happened. After that, we can make decisions on what we need to do as a nation. For the time being, fuck's sake, man. Wait for the facts to come out. That's a good one. Wait for the actual facts to come out. Some of these high-profile accounts need to wind their neck in. Anthony fucking Fowler for the start. Desperate to sell CBD gummies to people after being punched in the head too often. Twat. Imagine that, trying to make money or political gain on the back of the deaths of children. Fucking horrible bastards. Jess rang me up, and she works in a nursery, which is where I am now, obviously. Worried, concerned, a little bit upset. Because the lad who's done it is a year younger than she is, so she can't get her head around that at all. But the last couple of years, she was in college doing childcare courses with girls, well, girls who are working all around Southport in the childcare provision. So for her, it's hit home, I think. It's really close to home. Trying to explain to her that the whole world isn't like that. It's a one-off. So fucking weird, man. We need to do better as a species. We really do. Be nice to people. It's not hard, is it? Just be nice to people. Be nice to them, they'll be nice to you. And hug the people that you love. Tell them that you love them. You never know, life's too short, man. There could be some lunatic who's going to tear your life asunder. Horrible. Oh well, just felt like I needed to talk. Not necessarily say anything, but just talk. Anyway, I'll let you go because Jess is going to go any second now. So, cheers, peace, be good, be nice, and I will see you later.